And so there's this meme and it's called Bob theory, and it's like the theory that behind Bob and how you should use him and the angles you can create. Okay. I want you to pay attention to the setup here. So the number one principle for double bubble and specifically is like always maintaining line of sight with your Ana monkey, Johnny, because the only way this works is because you're enabled by the long range healing of the Ana. And so the way this is set up right now is um is not good. So we'll just watch. I'm gonna watch from here.
Yeah, no,
And
here definitely I was really relying on the first Zarya bubble just to get some
yeah.
cleave, like at the start of that corner as soon as they cross, and
Hmm.
then like jump back to our high ground. But I didn't realize that our Zarya had came back
Yeah.
out of line of sight.
Yeah. Either so this goes down to sort of like not knowing what the plan is. So I really think like if we said we're gonna try and grab them and choke, like we need to rotate our Ana up with everybody here. Like the Ana needs to play aggressive because like I mean we're going for the grab. We should be looking for like the nade into it as well, and we're playing aggressive. We have our Ashe on the high ground. This is a really good position for you guys to like pounce right here and win the fight. Um,
Mm.
so like we play for that, and then our supports have to play aggressive. Because like if the grab doesn't kill anybody and then like and everyone dies and you're just gonna lose the fight anyway, it's fine just to die. It doesn't matter if like we lose the fight and our Ana lives back here versus our Ana being up here with everybody and we lose the fight. It's the same outcome. So I might as well play aggressive with our team, if we know what the plan is, and look for the kills and look for the nade and the grab. And the key thing to note here just is the line of sight. There's actually I have like 3 or 4 more examples in this defense specifically where our monkey is out of line of sight of our Ana and then he dies. So there's this one. Dead. And once again, I think this can be remedied by having a plan and acting on the plan. Here. Okay. Once again, one thing I wanted. Out of line of sight of our Ana again. We can't heal our monkey. So did he come back? Just come back from spawn.
Yeah.
He's coming back from spawn, but you just have to communicate this, right? We have to let him know like we cannot see him. You can't play that aggressive. Yeah. So then, Johnny, you need to make sure you have open ears as well.
Yeah.
Because then die line of sight, and then unfortunately the way that this goes is like when the monkey dies, then everything else crumbles because he's just sort of the key to this composition. And if you don't get picks with his engage, so random thought employee, this is just unlucky, Bob. I think you had the right idea. Watch. Fine. Yeah, you had the right idea. I don't really know why he went to Narnia. You would have gotten him there. It's fine. Do you know what the difference in how your Bob should generally be used and versus Brawl versus Poke? Just give me your thoughts on it.
I mean, I feel like it's semi-situational, but
Yeah, just in general though.
usually when I'm playing against Brawl, um, like I think Bob is really good at kind of zoning and actually giving a lot of space, putting it behind their Brawl and having it shoot at them as they move. But I don't know if I really thought about it that much in depth.
Okay. Yeah, so there's this meme in every single team I've ever coached because I'm an Ashe player as well. I really like Ashe. I've been playing her since like people thought she was bad and I was like this character's pretty good. Um and so there's this meme and it's called Bob theory, and it's like the theory that behind Bob and how you should use him and the angles you can create. Um
Mhm.
so it's kind of sucks because like when you're playing sort of like poke compositions and stuff, Bob is best used, in my opinion, to create like off angles and pressure them between you and like, for example, sort of like what you're doing here. Except maybe let me pull out the pen here, sort of give you an example. They okay. You say Bob is over here. Can you guys see this in the stream on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Say Bob lands right here. Then he's creating this angle right here, and then you're on this high ground shooting this angle. You're creating like sort of an off angle. Now the difference though with Brawl is generally Brawl can really absorb Bob on the off angle. When you're playing against Poke, they don't have like they're not stacked together. It's like a Zen and a Brig, or like like Zen and Brig and then other squishy DPS and stuff. So they can't when there's this Bob on the off angle, they just can't absorb it. The difference with Brawl is like if they're doing that, they're just gonna be stacking like this, and they're gonna be lamping, and then they're gonna be healing, and then they're gonna rotate away from the Bob. So generally against Brawl, Bob is best used throwing it right in the middle of the enemy team when you're engaging. It's gonna stop them, and it's gonna force them to split up, right? You throw it right in the middle of the team, it's gonna knock up like the Rhine or something. He's gonna be standing right in the middle. He's gonna be 1,000 HP, and then you engage with him, and you use him as sort of an engagement tool, not necessarily like an off-angle tool. That's the best, and I think that's the best way you use Bob against Brawl personally.
Okay. Yeah.
You'll find a lot of success with that. So you have to communicate with your team, obviously. And this one would have been fine if he'd landed like right here, because it would have been like right in the middle of their team.
Yeah, he went so far.
Yeah, that actually sucks. I hate when that happens. I have been on Noob Hunter a few times for throwing Bob off the map.
They should give Bob a May wall line.
Or like
just showing you where he's gonna go.
or like a remote control button to stop him whenever you want. That'd be crazy.
Oh my god. Dude, pressing ult again to stop him would be amazing. Oh, are you kidding me?
Granted, I still feel like Ash is pretty good though, so that'd be pretty strong buff. So here's this fight, right? All right, you guys see this? How do you defeat these people right now? The way that they're sitting in here.
Not go inside personally.
Yep, don't go inside.
I don't think that's the play.
But how okay, so don't
I mean, they're
go
not
inside.
contesting cart, so I would say try and make them move to cart, and then we take the fight there.
That's
Or we
actually
engage
that's a
as
good
they
thought, yeah.
rotate to cart.
Anyone else?
I mean, I think
I wanted to take high ground. Like I called that I was going to take high ground
Yeah.
and not, and then just pressure cart after, so we have the high ground advantage.
Totally. Yeah, that's actually what I have in the notes. Is I wanted specifically our Ashe and our Mercy to take like this really aggressive like angle right here on top of this, where you took and the Ashe took up right here, and then we start pressuring the cart. And so this is going to be Tracer's job. So whenever we're having Tracer and playing double bubble, Tracer, it's your job to like pressure the cart, because no one else really can, especially even if we had like a McCree or a Brig. Like the one who's going to be moving the cart is you. So I think like poking behind here is fine, but you have to understand too, like we're not going to be diving in there. Like, and I don't even want you diving in there even with a nano monkey, because they're just going to sponge it. So it's like, what can you do on Tracer in this situation? You can pressure cart. So, and you force them out. And so say you're standing up here and then they come out, like, then you can blink back here and you can be shooting from behind. And then you can have this door, you can have this closed space right here if you want to get out. And then this entire time while you're doing this, your Ashe is going to be up here shooting down on them. The only one that can even get close to contesting her is a D.Va, and she has a Mercy pocket. And then our Ana is set up on the high ground too, healing our tanks. So we want to get angles in this situation, or forcing out the cart. And then when they do come out, we'll be shooting them. Our Tracer will be shooting the McCree and the Bat from behind. And our Zarya and our Monkey should have bubbles to sponge the engage while everyone else kills them. Instead, like, we kept these people here. So like this Bob is actually really good if they didn't have like Mei. Do you see what it makes their entire team do? Like they have to all stop and like look at him in the middle of the team. The only reason they won is because they had Mei who froze him and so that was the biggest thing. You have to recognize what you have to do to win. That is one, pressure the cart and take angles, because you're not gonna win, especially if you're standing here and they run into you. It's just not gonna happen, especially because it's Brawl.